I was talking to a friend a few days ago, and they posed a really great question. What are some of the top indie albums of 2023 so far? And as we are just at the midpoint of 2023, it's the perfect time to take a quick look back over the first half of the year and make a list. This is for them and for you, the indie music fan. These are essentially my top 10 albums of 2023 so far. As always, I am focusing the list on items I have added to my collection, so there may be some key omissions. Ready? Let's go. Number 10, King Tuff, Small Town Stardust. This is the newest item in my collection from 2023, and I am here for it. I've been a big fan of King Tuff for over a decade now, and Small Town Stardust continues to see Kyle Thomas pumping out hazy garage rock. It may not necessarily have some of the powerhouse hooks found in his previous albums, let's say Psycho Star from 2018's The Other, Staircase of Diamonds off of 2014's Black Moon Spell, and my personal favorite, Sun Medallion off of 2008's Was Dead. Though it could be that I just haven't let it soak in quite long enough. Either way, I am loving this record. Great stuff from Sub Pop. And speaking of Sub Pop, okay, I know this is just an EP, but I have to include it. It is that good. It is the follow-up to last year's Once Twice Melody. It is Beach House's EP, Become. It features 5 phenomenal tracks. The vinyl as well is crisp and rich with sound. It is one of those that you just want to have on vinyl because it sounds so good compared to the digital version, which, to be honest, is still really good. So that just means that this is truly a gem. I just covered New York City by The Min and highlighted that it might just be the best thing The Min has given us since their 2013 LP, New Moon. The sounds here are a bit familiar. They don't really stray into the experimental or explorative territory that they have on some of their albums, but they do give us a phenomenal, truly cohesive record. It is gritty, it is raw, and it really has quickly become one of my favorite pieces of colored wax in my collection, which is kind of funny to say given that it's black and white. Husband and wife duo Tennis continues to churn out better and better albums with each new release, and their music is, and honestly has always been, kind of this weirdly nostalgic with this nerdy, futuristic element to it. As such, the music on Pollen can be likened to filtering the future you through a hazy 1980s mall glamour shoot. There are a few vinyl versions of this, and I love the translucent yellow swirl vinyl that is essentially pollen embedded into wax. Not literally, but visually. Ingested in its entirety, This Stupid World is the best album Yo La Tengo has created since 1997's I Can Hear the Heart Beating as One. I mean, sure, one-off songs may top most songs on here, but collectively, this record is pristine. It is one you should listen to on vinyl. You know, I have seen many people calling The Future Is Your Past the best Brian Jonestown Massacre album since Methadrone. Now, factoring in that Methadrone was the band's 1995 debut LP, and that they're nearing 24 records under their belt, that's quite a statement, and it makes you pay attention. Now, I'm not sure I fully agree with that statement, but in my opinion, it's definitely an easy top 5, maybe a top 3 for Brian Jonestown Massacre. There's only one vinyl variant here, and it is on clear wax. The cover is an illustration, and it comes with a 6-piece set of Brian Jonestown Massacre branded crayons, so you can color it yourself. I mean, how cool is that? It's a coloring book. In the past year, I have been on a pretty big hip-hop craze, which is kind of interesting, as I haven't really gone down that rabbit hole since like the late 90s. Like seriously, it's been over 20 years. And one artist that has literally dominated my hip-hop playlist is Billy Woods. I love his style of conscious hip-hop, and his 2019 collaboration with Kenny Siegel is truly amazing. So when he announced that they'd be joining forces again, I was beyond stoked. And Maps is the result. It is what they gave us. This album lives up to the hype of the previous collaboration that they did in 2019 called Hiding Places, and it features a number of prominent guests as well. Most notably, you have Aesop Rock on Waiting Around, and you have Danny Brown, the one and only Danny Brown, on Year Zero. That one's my favorite song on this album. You can't find Hiding Places on vinyl for less than several $100s. I don't think Maps is going to quite have the scarcity of that LP, but it's more than worth snagging a copy while it's still at a reasonable price, just in case. I love this record. It will probably be up there as well at the end of the year. Now, back in January, Belle and Sebastian really surprised me with their second studio LP in less than a year. I saw last year's album, A Bit of Previous, as their best work since 2006's The Life Pursuit. Well, Late Developers, the 2023 LP, has now taken that pedestal thanks to songs like Juliet Naked and When We Were Very Young, and, well, I Don't Know What You See in Me as well. A Bit of Previous made it into the top 5 albums of 2022. I don't know yet where this will make it. We'll have to stay tuned to December or January for that one. I just said this in my album review of Continue as a Guest. This album is hands down the best thing to come from the New Pornographers since 2007's Challengers. I'm digging Pontius Pilati's Home Movies, Angel cover, and the title track Continue as a Guest, though really I'm struggling to find a song that I actually dislike on this record. There are a few vinyl variants out there, including a standard black pressing, but I am in love with my green in blue wax, which appears to be the most widely available limited edition colored variant. That means you can probably find it at a reasonable price. Number 1, Carolyn Rose continues to reinvent themselves. They do it every few albums, and this one is no different. The Art of Forgetting is deeply vulnerable and extremely personal. To no surprise, it finds Rose creating their best work yet, despite the greatness of both Loner and Superstar. Recommended songs, Miami, Tell Me What You Want. Seriously, check out the videos of those two back to back. They will blow your mind. Also, Love, Lover, Friend, and The Kiss. This is the audiophile copy, which comes on 2 clear discs and spins at 45 RPM. The cover, too, has this cool holographic element to it that you just don't see that all too often. The packaging overall is quite solid as well, and it will run you a pretty penny, but I'm sure the price will come down in time. I love this album, and as so many great works often do, it can be a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. I mean, it is extremely vulnerable, extremely emotional, and it kind of packs a hard punch to the gut. All of those things really help cement this as a truly great album, even if it may not end up being the one I listen to most this year. It will certainly be up high on the list come December of 2023. There it is, my best albums of 2023 so far, first half of the year edition. What is missing from this? I mean, what do we got? We got Boy Genius, not in my collection yet, and so many others that are really great this year. What is on your list that I am missing from mine? And don't forget to check out my video right here, unboxing and sharing a lot more details about this record and why I feel it is so great. Down in the description, you will find links to videos from the other ones I have covered today, and if there's any that are missing that you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments as well. I'll see you next time.